All right. Do you want to stay there while I introduce the show, or would you like to turn your camera off and then turn it back on once I've introduced you?
It's totally up to you. I
All
wonder
right.
if it might make a difference in the you know, if it's going on. I wonder if it's more safe if I leave it on. I don't know, but it's up to you.
All right. Let's try turning it off
Okay.
before we actually start. Turn it off.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to say Lance Smith, and you turn it on and see how that goes.
Perfect.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Mr. Lance Smith.
Hey.
All right. Okay, so that works. All right, let's do that.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Okay. All right.
So we're on in 3, 2, 1. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome once again to Tee Vee. I'm Karen Reeves-Toppin, your host, and I'm so pleased to welcome you to another show. I hope that you've been enjoying a wonderful week in spite of the weather and everything. In fact, the weather this week has been brilliant in the UK, isn't it? We do feel quite sad about the places that have been experiencing some flooding and the other areas that have been experiencing fires. And our thoughts and prayers are with those persons who are at the moment, kind of struggling with loss of their homes and probably loss of families. It's never a good thing to hear about that. And we are hoping that they will find help and solace at this particular point in time. Here in the UK, the weather has been very, very good, and I really hope that those of you who are tuning in from the UK have been enjoying the wonderful weather. Remember, we are in the fall, and it's going to change quite quickly because the weather systems, they just don't stay the same, do they? But for those of you that don't know what Tee Vee is, my name is Karen Reeves-Toppin. I am the founder of a business called Key Inspirations. And Key Inspirations has actually been designed with small businesses and medium enterprises in mind, with your success and progress in mind. What I do, I am an accountability coach. So I give you guidance on how to achieve the targets that you have for your business, whether you have set the business up already and you have your goals. If you don't have them yet, then what I do is I sit with you, I put your goals in place with you, and then you are accountable to me to achieve those targets. And in that way, you get the success that you're looking for. Tee Vee is a show with SMEs in mind, small and medium enterprises. Every week, I try to encourage an entrepreneur onto the show, or someone who is running their own project, so that they can come and talk about it and help you as business persons to probably something that you hear will be encouraging, motivating. Maybe you might learn something. And also, this is a platform for you to showcase your business, the service that you provide. So if you've not yet had a slot on Tee Vee, I encourage you, get in touch with me. My details will be posted at the bottom of this interview, or you can send me a DM right here on Facebook and book your slot on the show, and we'll get you on so people can see what it is that you're offering. So today, my guest today, I know every week I say I'm excited about my guest today, but really, I'm very excited about my guest today. I do not even know how I managed to meet such a wonderful, wonderful individual. But all I can say is there is value in networking. And this young man, and when I say young man, he really is a young man, has done exponential things already with his life. I am in awe about the things that, the way his mind works and the things that he has already done, and even the journey that he has had in his life so far. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very pleased to introduce to you Mr. Lance Smith.
Hello, good morning.
Hey,
or good afternoon, where you are, I guess.
It is afternoon where we are. Yes, Lance is based in the US. Where in the US are you, Lance?
I'm in Maryland. in Silver Spring, Maryland, which is right outside of the capital, Washington, D.C.
Ah, okay. So you're in a beautiful part of the US. I don't know which part of the US isn't beautiful, but I've heard that Maryland is absolutely gorgeous in the spring.
Yes, it is. It is.
It is it?
Yes.
Okay. So Lance, I thank you so much for coming on to Key TV. I am almost, I don't even know where to start with the questions to ask you. I can actually feel a little bit intimidated by having you here. I'm just so excited. But your journey to entrepreneurship, can you tell us just a little bit about your journey in a capsule?
Sure. Okay, so I graduated from college with a degree in accounting. However, starting in college, I started a motivational speaking company, and I loved it. Motivational speaking, became my passion. But I worked it as a side business for many years. But eventually, after working 6 years as an auditor, for the federal government, I decided to make that jump into full-time entrepreneurship, which is something that I always want to mention to, people who, have a side business, or, people who want to get into entrepreneurship. You don't have to jump in all at once. You can start off as just having a side business. And then once you feel comfortable, make that transition into making that side business your full-time career.
Okay. Some people are quite afraid to actually make that, to do a job and then have a side business because they're afraid they won't have time for family and all of the socializing that they normally do. There's concerns about limited resources to actually make the side hustle or to grow it. What advice could you give to them, or what encouragement could you give to them?
Yeah. Well, number one, about the time issue, I hear that a lot about people saying, oh, I don't have enough time. But really, if you take an audit of your schedule, I think that all of us will find how we are spending a lot of time watching TV. We're spending a lot of time doing things that when we really think about it and analyze it, it might not be the best use of our time. And so I feel as though if we really take an audit of our day-to-day schedule, we will find time to spend for our business. So that's about the time issue. And in terms of about like other resources, like not having enough money, start small, take baby steps. I feel that a lot of people feel as though they have to just launch out with a big launch, but no, you can start small and just build your way up, In fact, I think that it's more important to start small because you really want to really take your time, really study your craft, and really make sure that the product or service that you're offering is something of value.
Yeah. Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. Sometimes you can start with what you've got. It depending on what product or service it is you want to offer, you can start with what you've got in your hand. It may not necessarily mean that you have to have anything extra, but you can just start with what you've got. Yeah, brilliant.
Yes, especially with speaking business. In the speaking business, I mean, really, I started off doing free presentations on the side at career days. Now, in here in the US, it's very popular for schools to have career days where they like bring in people like guest speakers who volunteer to speak to the students about various careers. Now, I started when I was in college, so I wasn't really in a career at that time, but I was able to arrange it where these schools would bring me in to speak about how to be successful in any career. So I started off doing a lot of career day presentations, and then everything just started to build from that foundation. And here's another thing too, is that I started off my business speaking for free until I was able to really hone my skills, until I was able to really prove my value. And then it became easy for me to start charging clients, and so it just worked out that way.
So that's really good. That's actually a really good step that you have given there. Start for free and prove your worth. And then once you've proven your worth and others can recognize your value, then you can begin to ask for, what your worth is or what your value is. And of course, some people will say you would never be able to pay me what my value is, but at least you can put a figure onto it once you have a track record and you've proven yourself. Too often I find that sometimes people want to just jump in and immediately they want to start asking for the top dollar. And I'm not sure that sometimes the market is ready for it. Sometimes they might be fortunate enough to position themselves where people will be happy to pay top dollar for someone who hasn't proven. But it's always best to have the foundation, first. And then once you have the foundation, you can build on that foundation. That's brilliant. You see, this is why you're so special. I was going to ask what makes Lance Smith so special, but you're proving it already.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. And just to go back onto to that last point, I totally agree with you. And also another thing to add is you have to research your market. You have to understand who are the other professionals in your market and what type of fees are they charging, because you definitely want to, be reasonable, and everything. And so you want to study the market. You want to try to figure out what is that market value. And then also how can you differentiate yourself, in your market too? And how can you constantly grow so that you can add more value? Because really what it comes down to is that we are paid for the value that we add to the market.
That's right.
That's right. And when you're thinking about businesses, I feel as though everyone should be an entrepreneur, even if it's a part-time entrepreneur, right? Because, and really, you can really take any passion of yours and package it in a way that will bring value to others. And that's the foundation of business, so.
I think that that's a very important thing to hear right now, because after COVID, and people have, everyone has suffered. Those in the job market have suffered, entrepreneurs have suffered, the arts industry has suffered. And at this stage where the world is saying that every economy is in a recession, I think it's an important thing to say that everyone can either develop an entrepreneurial mind or entrepreneurial spirit. It will be important to understand. I said to someone the other day, it's not that people are being laid off or they're being made redundant because there is no further need for their services. What has happened is that the financial resources in the particular place where they were are not there anymore to pay for what it is that they have to offer. But someone else will have the resources and someone else will have that need. And so it's important at this point in time to go through a mind shift or a pivot from where you are, so that you can develop that mind and begin to think about, perhaps I can do this small to begin with, and then grow. It may be a situation that you are an entrepreneur for just a period of time, and then you can segue back into the job market, or who knows, it may become a business for you.
Yes, absolutely. And another thing too is that you really want to pick things that you're really passionate about, because entrepreneurship, if we're honest, right, it's not always easy, right?
No.
There's a lot of struggles that come with it. But I think one of the things that help us to succeed as entrepreneurs is if we are doing something that we're truly passionate about, something that we really feel is our life calling and our life mission. Because having that type of passion, it helps us to persevere through the hard times. And there's a very powerful quote that goes, success does not come. Let's see. Yeah, happiness does not come from success. Success comes from happiness, So meaning, it's not about, trying to achieve in order to be happy, but rather if we're truly enjoying the process, then that's going to lead us to the success.
Yes. Oh man. So let's see if I can get it right. Happiness does not come from success. Success comes from happiness.
Yes. Absolutely.
Got it. Wow. I am going to make that into a post, and I will get that up on some part of my social media. That's brilliant. Okay. So I've noticed that you've got as part of your footer from your emails, you've got fail fast,
Yes.
fail frequently, fail forward. Now, someone would look at that and they would say, what do you mean fail fast, fail frequently, fail forward? Isn't the whole point of going into entrepreneurship to be successful and to
Right.
be, to succeed and to be big and to not make so many mistakes? How can you say that?
Yes. So here's the thing. Here's the key point is that really failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is actually part of the pathway to success. If you study the lives of any successful entrepreneur, you'll see that they failed over and over again. But what separated the successful entrepreneur from the person that tried it and gave up was that the successful entrepreneur realized that failure was part of the process. And instead of getting discouraged, he was actually able to learn, he or she was able to learn from those failures, and he was able to build upon his success and be able to achieve success based on the knowledge that he got from his failures. Now, of course, if we can avoid, failing, if we can get the knowledge without failing, that's always great, which is another point, is that you definitely want to find mentors in whatever you want to do, because those mentors can help you and it can save you a lot of time and can help you avoid, making the same mistakes that they made. But really, it's just a fact of life, is that all of us, we're going to mess up. We're going to make mistakes. And the key is to try to limit those mistakes. But when they do come, and they will always come, we always will make mistakes. But and when we do experience those mistakes, we want to be of the mindset that we're going to embrace the mistake. We're going to learn from the mistake and use that wisdom to help us to get closer and closer to our goals, And so it's so true that, failure is part of the pathway. Michael Jordan, very popular basketball star, right? All around the world, right?
Yes.
Michael Jordan once said, I failed over and over and over again, and that is why I have succeeded,
Oh.
That, it takes failure to get to success.
Yes. That is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. It's I just had something in my mind and it's completely gone now. But it was that you said that failure is part of the process, and it is so true. My husband used to say failure is success delayed and not denied. And it's really good to have that particular perspective about when things go wrong. Sometimes we look at things that go wrong, we get very discouraged. I know I used to be like that a lot. Things will go wrong. I start a business and it doesn't succeed, and then I stop, and I start another one and it doesn't succeed, and then I stop. And you think that, oh well, maybe it's not supposed to be, and you kind of remain where you are, and you get a bit stagnant until you realize that actually a lot of the experiences that I had while I was going through the business has made me a stronger individual and a more knowledgeable individual than when I actually started. So failure is not a bad thing.
Yes.
It's your perspective that makes the difference.
Yes, absolutely. Mindset, right? Perspective, mindset, so very important, the way that we're perceiving things. What I've noticed in my life, and one of the reasons why I'm so passionate about being a motivational speaker, is because I've struggled a lot with insecurities. I've struggled a lot with feeling like I wasn't good enough, and with fear and stuff. I struggle a lot with fear, and so the things that have helped me to overcome it. Definitely one, spirituality, my prayer life, and like these mindset, attitude, perspectives, about how that everything is a blessing in disguise. I look at it like this, and like my shirt, Count It All Joy, which comes from the Bible in the book of James, about it's really a mindset of saying that, I'm going to consider everything as positive, because my faith informs me that, all things are working together for my good, and everything. So it's that mindset that helps. And so, the mindset has helped me to overcome a lot in my life. And I feel so grateful, and I feel compelled to share the same encouragement with others that I have received in my journey, you know?
Great, great, great. That's why we're glad to have you here today. So you are a motivational speaker. You own your own accounting firm as well.
Yes.
And you also, you do, is it dance? What is
Dance
it?
fitness, dance fitness
Dance
programs.
fitness.
Yes,
What
yes.
else, what else does Lance Smith do?
Yeah, okay, and then also I'm into real estate as well, you know. So
Okay.
basically, you know, I'm a very big believer. Going back to what we were talking about, how you know success doesn't, how happiness doesn't come from success, but success, you know, happiness doesn't come from success, but happiness promotes success, you know. And
Yeah.
so I don't know, for some reason I keep getting that, you know, tripped up, but
It's,
anyway, yeah.
it's success. Success doesn't come from no, we'll get it.
Happiness. Okay, how about this? How about this?
Comes from
How about this?
happiness.
Success,
Happiness comes
success
from
doesn't,
success.
yeah. Or how about this? Success doesn't lead to happiness. Happiness leads to success. That's
Okay, I think I can cope with that one better.
yeah. So going back to that mindset, right? Of how, and so what I've done in my life, that I've been very blessed to do is that I've just basically, I'm focused on making a business out of everything that I'm passionate about, right?
Yeah.
So accounting is my background. I went to school for accounting. I graduated, you know, with an accounting degree. I became a CPA, a certified public accountant. And so I'm
Okay.
so passionate about it. And so I have a bookkeeping business, right? And so, which is all tied together, because my bookkeeping business, which is called Claysmile Advisors, it really focuses on helping small businesses. So it's
Oh,
focusing
wow.
on helping people to get into business, you know?
Mm.
And then, so I have that bookkeeping business. And then obviously, you know, I'm a motivational speaker, very passionate about motivational speaking. So I have a motivational speaking company. And then also I love dance fitness. I was a Zumba instructor, and now I'm just considered a dance fitness instructor. And so I love dance fitness, music and dance. And so I have a talent agency of dance fitness instructors, and we work with schools and also private events like bar and bat mitzvah parties and birthday parties, and different organizations, you know, hire us to come in and do dance fitness parties, you know, especially like birthday parties for
Okay.
kids, you know. So I do that, but also too, I'm really looking into and getting involved in real estate investing, you know. So I feel like, you know, when you just kind of like follow your bliss, you know, when you really focus on doing the things that really make you come alive, it gives you an advantage, because you will want to study your craft. You will want to do those things that will help you to add value to the market. And so, you know, working on developing a real estate investment club where people can learn about real estate investing and get involved in real estate investing.
Of course, that will be for the U.S. market. Your real estate club, it would be for the U.S. market. It would be great if you could consider establishing one over here, but
Yes, absolutely.
all right. So you are what people might determine to be an enigma. You are not you are the exception to the rule. And the reason I say that is because you are young, you are successful, you are wealthy, you are unmarried, and yet you are a Christian.
Yeah.
And a lot of people would say that's a proper rarity. How did you not lose your faith along the path to wealth?
Wow, that's a great question. Well, I think having the strong foundation is key, you know, and like really having, and you know, when I say strong foundation, I mean like the people that you surround yourself with, you know. There's a quote by Jim Rohn that says, you know, we are the average of the 5 people that are closest to us, you know. Mindsets are contagious. And so, you know, it's important to reach out and try to help everyone and be open and friendly with everyone. At the same time, with our inner circle, we have to make sure that we really protect and really monitor the people that we allow into our inner circle, because you know the wrong people in our inner circle can bring us down, the wrong influences, you know. And so yeah, mindset is contagious, and so I've realized over the years that one of the things that has helped me tremendously is by surrounding myself with positive people, people that have my same Christian values, people that have my same, you know, goals in life, because, you know, it's those people that will help you to stay encouraged. Because as we all know, you know, there's a lot of negative influences in our world. There's a lot of ways in which we can get involved with certain, you know, negative habits, and we can fall down into so many different types of temptations, you know. So it's so key to have those boundaries set up where you will, you know, only surround yourself in your inner circle with people that are positive, people that are going to help you move forward and stay focused, you know. So.
Wow. You know what? I don't know why, but I listened to that and tears actually are forming in my eyes. It's so profound, because I know there are a number of people that they have given up one or the other. They have started off on a path to tremendous success, and they have given up their faith in order to achieve that success, or they have given up the path of success in order to keep their faith. And here you are, you know, a living example of someone that has done both of them, and you have been so successful at doing it. And it all comes down to the passage of scripture that says, guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it flows the issues of life. And we all know that the people who surround us are the ones that will influence what comes into our heart and what comes out of it. And for you to say, you know, make sure that you keep your circle as the type of people that you want. Thank you so much for sharing that. I think that is a huge takeaway from today. It may not be huge for other people, but for me, it really is. It goes back to foundation. The people who are around you can either help to tear the foundation that you are standing on, or they can help to strengthen it. Yeah. You know, it goes to your mindset. They can either feed your mind with positive things, or they can fill your head up with negative things. So the circle of people around you is so important. And so thank you so much for sharing that snippet.
And also another thing too about that, I'm sure that there's viewers listening that might be feeling, well, wait, you know, I don't have positive people around me. You know what I'm saying? All I have around me is negative influences. And so I just want to speak to them and say, even if you don't have a lot of positive people around you, because of the internet, there's opportunities to go onto social media and connect with Christians and connect with positive people. They're all around us. And then I'll even say this is that, you know, even through podcasts and YouTube videos, it's like you don't necessarily have to even know them in order to receive the benefits of their teachings and the benefits of their inspiration. And so, like, for example, you know, I have a morning routine and I exercise in the morning, and I'm often listening to podcasts, and I choose podcasts of, you know, people who I consider to be role models. You know, people like, you know, certain pastors. There's a pastor named Stephen Furtick from Elevation Church in Charlotte, North Carolina. You know Stephen Furtick, yeah. And so, you know, I love his teachings because it's so very practical, so very encouraging. And so I'm listening to Stephen Furtick, and I'm listening to T.D. Jakes is another one. And there's just so many different, you know, and then even, you know, Tony Robbins and some of the other, like, you know, motivational speakers and everything. There's so much positivity on YouTube and on podcasts. And so really, you know, positive people are available to us all. Even if we can't have a personal relationship with them, we can connect with them through media.
Yes. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And that is very, very true. Okay, so I've got two more questions for you before we come to the end of this interview. The last one is actually going to showcase um, your skill as a motivational speaker, so you can start getting your mind ready for that.
Okay.
So you've got a name. You're called Lance Claysmile Smith. What's the Claysmile all about? I mean,
Yes.
I'm a girl. I grew up in the Caribbean. I grew up in Barbados, where most of the foundation is clay. So when you say Claysmile, I'm thinking he doesn't have a smile that looks like brick. What does it mean?
That's awesome. So Claysmile, there's several different meanings to the name Claysmile. One of the meanings is this, from the Bible in Jeremiah, where it talked about the potter and the clay and how the clay was marred in the potter's hands and everything. And so the whole illustration about how we are clay and God is the potter. And so it's a constant reminder to me that, you know, health and success and well-being is fragile, and that really God is our true source of success and health. And so I want to always stay in that mindset, you know, that that God is my source of strength, you know. So that's one meaning, you know, the potter and the clay. Another meaning behind it is that just like a potter molds clay, the decisions that we're making every day are molding and shaping the quality of our life. Which is one of the main foundations of my motivational speaking, is the theme that it's not the circumstances that really impacts our life. It's the perspectives in which we view those circumstances, you know, whether something is a problem or a personal development exercise, it really comes down to our perspective. And so, although very often, we cannot control the circumstances that happen in our life, but we do have control over the perspectives in which we choose to view those circumstances. And by choosing to view, you know, these circumstances of our lives and with positive perspectives, then it's like we are molding and shaping the quality of our life into a smile, a clay smile.
Oh, I get it. That is profound.
Thank
Can I
you.
just say that is absolutely profound. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Lance Smith of Mr. Lance Claysmile Smith. He is a motivational speaker, and I am about to test his gifting in this area. So Lance, do you cook?
I do cook. I do cook a little bit. Like, so I do a lot of broiling of chicken and fish, and I can cook rice. So I cook, but it's mostly easy stuff.
Good. All right. What's your favorite thing to cook?
I would say, that's a good point. Let's see. Like, I like balance, you know, but I guess chicken, you know, I tend to,
Okay.
cook a lot of
All
chicken.
right. So you're in the kitchen and you're cooking a piece of chicken. Turn it into a motivational speech.
Ooh, okay. So here's the thing with chicken, right? Is that we can't eat it raw. We can't eat the chicken raw. It has to go through a process that will transform it from its raw form into something that will be healthy for us to eat and tasteful, right? And so we have to cook it, but we can't just cook it. We have to prepare it for the cooking, right? We have to prepare it for the oven. And so we have to season it. Well, we have to clean it, and we have to season it, and we have to add some water to it and everything. And then we can put it under the heat, right? Which is also powerful, right? How it has to go through the heat, you know, in order to be able to prepare, right? So to be prepared. So all of us have to go through heat. And as we're going through the heat, at times we don't really understand why we're going through certain situations. But later on, we'll look back and we'll see that there was a bigger plan, you know? And so to cook, cooking, it's a very powerful illustration regarding our lives and how we have to prepare. And you know, and when we go through that process of preparing, we will be able to produce something that will be healthy and beneficial for our lives and the lives of others. Wow, that was a struggle. That was good though. That was good.
Well done. You see, you're a seasoned professional. Seasoned professional. Thank you so very much for being on Key TV today, Lance. It has really been an absolute pleasure and honor to interview you on my little show. And I pray that you will continue to experience the level of success and even more so that you are having at the moment. And I'm looking forward to working with you in something or other at some point in time or other.
Absolutely. Thank you, Karen. It was my pleasure, and I appreciate you, having me on the show. I love, these opportunities to be able to share encouragement. And yes, absolutely. I look forward to collaborating with you on future projects.
Brilliant. Thank you. And I want to say thank you to each and every one of you that have tuned in today to watch Key TV. I really hope that you have enjoyed this episode as much as we have enjoyed making it for you. And if you'd like further information about how you can take your first step into entrepreneurship, get in touch with me, Karen Reeves Toppin, the accountability coach. Let's sit down, have a talk about what it is. We'll have a look at the project that you would like to launch into. We'll get a plan sorted out for you, and we'll get you started on your first steps into entrepreneurship. But until then, do take care. Please stay safe. Enjoy yourself, and bye for now. All right, that's it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. You are a great interviewer, Karen. You're great. You're awesome. You're a great host.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And, I don't know. Well, it was definitely the Holy Spirit that encouraged me to start this. And from week to week, it has just, gone. And I continue to put it in His hands. I don't know how far He's going to take it. I don't know where He's going to lead it, but I'm just following as He leads. And from my heart, thank you so much. It means
my pleasure.
The world to me to have people of value like yourself say yes to come on a show like this. So thank you. Thank you, and God bless you.
My pleasure. My pleasure. I appreciate you having me on, and keep me posted on any ways in which I can support the show as well. Like if you need, if you're looking for, certain type of guests to come on, I might have in my network, I might have some people that would be a good fit for you, so keep me posted on that as well.
I will do, and I might come to you actually very, very shortly.
Sure, absolutely. Keep me posted.
To ask a question. So brilliant. Thanks again, Lance. Enjoy the rest of your day. And what I'll do is I'll send you a copy of the show once it's edited and everything. But if you want to see an example of what it could possibly look like, I posted one today. Of the last interview that I did. And so you can go and have a look at that, and you'll get an idea of what it is that I'm looking to do with it. It is a definite step up from where I started. And I got some information today about a program that can help to take me even further, but I've got to buy the program, and I've got to learn how to use it, because I do all of my editing on my phone. I don't do it on the desktop. Okay. So all of the editing and stuff like that you're going to see is done on my phone. So yeah.
That's awesome. Oh, also here, are you doing motivational presentations? Is that also?
I don't do them myself. I can.
Okay.
But I think I'm still a little bit.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to let you know, just keep me posted on that too, because, if there's certain
do you mean on my channel? Oh yeah, I can definitely do motivational presentations on my channel. I can have people on to do them. Yes. Is that what you mean?
Okay. No, I was even thinking, but I mean, even for you personally though, if there's like a certain type of topic or certain type of like a signature program that you develop and you want to get out there and present to different to your target audience, keep me posted, because I can even see about maybe, using leverage that I have with schools and corporations to get you booked to be a virtual
Oh,
speaker.
yes. Thank you, Les. Thank you so much. Yes, I will keep you posted. I can do the motivational speaking, but I think I don't do it at the moment because I am building myself up when it comes to speaking. Even preaching at church, I'm supposed to be preaching at church. I don't like it. I'd rather sing because I'm more comfortable with singing, and I'm good at singing. I'm great at leading worship, and that's not blowing my own trumpet. That's recognizing the gift that God has given to me and thanking Him for it. So I'm comfortable staying there, but sometimes I'm supposed to preach at church, and it's the most uncomfortable thing.
I got you. I got you. That's awesome. That's awesome. Excellent. All right. Well, have a great day. We'll talk
Thank
soon.
you. You too.
All
All
right.
right. Take
All right.
care. Bye for now.